Hello, this is Jan at 16 and welcome to the model railway room. We have of course my 00 gauge railway, which I'm really focusing on at the moment. This is Milbreck Junction, which is set in the really late 40s to early 50s and late 50s. I will dive into the 60s now and then because I do have rolling stock that would allow me to do that. Today we're going to be able to look at this layout, some of the progress I've made. The last video I done on this layout was focusing on the goods yard, just done that. And I'm starting to add scenery to the entire layout, so I'm making great progress and at the same time planning my next railway. For those of you who do not know, I sold all of my old gauge. I was going to do the Catch Bank Heritage Centre. I put a lot of thought into it and I decided no, I'm going to give up on the old gauge. I've kept one engine and a few local wagons, but I decided I'm going to stay with 00 and 009, which I got the Milbreck Railway down there, which is really popular at the moment. I'm focusing on Milbreck Junction at the moment. Scenery is a really big part of this layout. I went with 3 main lines that go all the way around the room, the goods yard over there, and of course you got 3 main lines, but one of them's really a slow line for freight, and then you got 2 express lines, one north and one south. So the goods line is going to be used north and south, if that makes sense. And over this side I'll have the fiddle yard. It's not going to be a really big fiddle yard because I want to try and keep it low key because of the Milbreck Railway being this side as well. But you'll all see that in a couple of weeks time. I'm hoping to get the boards done and we can have some trains running. There does have to be 2 lift out sections, one here and one down there, so I can carry on walking through the room. But in this video I'm going to give you an update on the layout, an overview, everything that's happened, and we'll have a look at scenery and then rolling stock, because rolling stock is a very important part of this new layout. Right, I will apologise in advance. There is a fly buzzing around this train room and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. I'm just going to open my door and hopefully that fly up there. Go and bug someone else in the house. So I started with scenery on the first field here, put some cows in. These are the Backman Scenecraft cows. Yes, really recommend these. I got 3 different manufacturers of cows, and these are the best. The Backman one's perfect. Also, you can see from this angle that this field's not been done. Now, first thing I've done was scattered it in this Jarvis Scatter Brown, and basically what that does is gives it an undercoat. So if you do miss patches on the static grass, like here, which was done on purpose, and here, you get the brown pattern underneath. The reason these 2 are like this is because there's got to be a tree going there and some shrubs. I was going to put 2 trees, but I didn't like. I got a couple of trees and I marked them out, and no, I didn't like the way it looked. So I'm not going to put 2 trees down, I'm just going to have the 1. If we pan the camera around, you can just see the main farm building. I'm really focusing on the scenery more on this layout than running trains. And that's why I've gone for a farm land area. Not industrial, not in the town, just completely in the open, in the wild really. So I really want to focus on the scenery detail like that. And as you can see down here, we have the farm track. Now this is the beginning or the end, whichever way you want to look at it, of the farm track that continues all the way up to the main road, which then leads into the goods yard. And I really wanted to focus on this track. So it's not finished, I'm still doing work on it. This static grass has only just been put down today. And this is 4 mil mixed with 6 mil static grass by, I forget the manufacturer, let me just have a look. Oh, it is Pico static grass for this. Very good. It's about £3 a bag. I only bought 2 bags because I just wanted to see what it looked like, and I can happily say I'm going to purchase a lot more. I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I've gone with 2 mil in the middle of the road, just to give the look if a car was coming down like that. And I'm really pleased with how static grass turned out. It's the first time I've ever used it, and yeah, it really has really impressed me. I've seen it on many layouts, and I thought this layout I will try it. Now, throughout the layout, you will see these cocktail sticks stuck up. And what that's doing is basically marking out where the trees are going to be put. So we got 2 over here. You can see a couple more in the back. Now, this could be big trees, small trees. It really depends. I have a couple of trees, but I want to get a lot more before I start putting any down, so I can get the right look for the right scene. And also you can see the track a little bit better here, how it raises up over the bridge. My job this week is actually to focus on these bridge arches, get them painted up, stuck, and then I can start focusing on the little river, the pond, which comes to the back of here. Again, a very detailed area. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on trying to get that just right, along with the barn over here. I don't know how well you can see that one, so I bring them over to show you. This is an old caravan, weathered up, just using Humbrol weathering powders, and I like the look of it there. And again, there'll be bushes and that, so that should look quite overgrown. Again, all the areas on the layout are going to be really focused on detail, and the areas that are going to stand out most are the areas with buildings and small scenes like this, with like the old caravan. So that should be really nice. And again, the car looks fantastic in the static grass. I'm going to let the glue dry. It's not fully dried yet. Soon as it's fully dried, I will be taking some photos of that. So, the other side of the pond, we have the small yard. Now, this is going to have a tractor in and something like that. But I found this horse box. I think it's from Classic Cars or something like that. Sorry for the pause there. The back door come off the horse box. So yeah, I saw this on an ad on Facebook. It was an ad with quite a few model railway bits, and I thought I'm going to grab the lot of it. There was a few coaches and wagons in there that I can use, and this horse box. And yeah, I had to get this for the layout. It's going to be a nice little scene just over here where the horse is coming out of the horse box. Next to the stables, the old stable building, which has a horse in as well. Again, a nice little area to focus detail on. The track is going to come down the front here, as you can see, and work its way up. We have another farm here. I don't know how to do this as a farm yet, or just probably the edge of a field that's not being used. I'm going to put long static grass in here again. But to the right of the scene there is a little hut, brick hut, and some hay bales. That might be fine or it might not be. I am going to have a tractor driving out of this farm, so it looks like it's driving up to the lane. But also in this area, the scene that started in my head and led to this layout, what I'm building, the shepherd walking his sheep from the field all the way down to the goods yard. So we're going to have the shepherd about here with all the sheep like going at the bank. Not too many, probably about 15 roughly. And when I go to model railway exhibitions, I really enjoy those little scenes like that where you got the sheep all being led through a lane or on the road. And I have, every time I've seen a layout with it, I've took a picture of it, put them on my computer, and I was going through them the other day, and yeah, I really want to get that scene done. And it's going to be here. It should look really nice. I've continued with the long static grass just here as well. This week I'm hoping to get all this back done as well with static grass, which would be nice. It would really change the look of the layout. The track is all ballasted at the back there. I will show you a bit of the track at work in a minute. But yeah, I want to get this area fully done with scenery so I can crack on then and add it the details. All the electrics to the layout are running fine. The three main lines, of course, they don't actually run yet because the loops are not completed. But as soon as I stick a train on the track, plug in the wires, it should all just run perfectly. That's the theory anyway, but I don't think I'm going to have any problems. So let's just move on down. So before we move on to the actual track, this is the last bit of the farmlands that then joins the main road, being here. And you can just see over the back here, that's roughly where it's going to join. I still want to try and work that out so it joins with a really nice connection, if you know what I mean, where the lane joins the main road. We're going to have a farm here, of course. This will probably be full of cows or sheep. The one in the back there, that's going to be just a normal field, one or two horses in, and a tractor. That's the only area I got to finish now and paint up, and I can get scenery done. The reason that's the last area to be done is because that was a hatch to allow me to get underneath the layout so I could work on the track over there with the point motors and everything. And I tell you what, if I didn't do that, I would be really stuck. I should have put in the plans all along. I never did, but I'm glad I did get that sorted so I could work on that bit of track over there. We can see the farmhouse to the left here. Another very detailed scene that's going to be done with over the back of the house. We're going to have some vegetable patches and stuff like that. Probably a little greenhouse roughly where the shed is. Right, let's move on to rolling stock. So whilst I'm building this layout, I'm getting a lot of my rolling stock weathered. Now I'm not doing it myself. I'm sending it off to derailleurs. They ship it off to I'm very sorry, I can't think of their name. What I will do, I'll put a link in the description to their website. But they do a fantastic job. And the reason I chose to show you the tankers is because I think the tankers are absolutely brilliant. So these are all Hornby tankers. No super detailed models here like Bachmann. These are just standard Hornby tankers. And all I've done is change the couplings on them to make them run closer. And then sent them off to be weathered. And they look absolutely fantastic. Now the tanker right on the end here is one of 10 I have packed away. I bought brand new not so long ago, and they all got to be sent off as well to be done. And that's got to be one of the fjord trains. Speaking of fjord trains, there's actually another fjord train behind the Esso tank train, which I will be taking a look at later on in this year. One of the rakes I've been working on. But yeah, these tankers are absolutely fantastic. The weathering's perfect on them. I wouldn't mind getting a couple more of these SO ones here, but they are great. And if I just uncouple him, here's one of the locos that's been done. So this is a Hornby J15, and I have 2 of these at the moment that have been weathered. I did have 10 of them. I had 12, sorry. And I actually sold 3 the other day just to pay for another locomotive that I bought at our Hereford Model Centre, 2 locomotives. So I thought, well, I'll sell 3 of them. But I've been slowly behind the scenes collecting these J15s. 2 reasons. Number 1, this layout's going to have small coal trains that go up and down the line. And the J15s are going to be the locomotives that pull those coal trains. And number 2 reason, I think it's the best model Hornby have ever produced. I mean, that's my own opinion, but when I finally received this model a couple of years ago, I was absolutely taken up by it. It really is one of the best locomotives I think you can buy, and money can buy. And you can get them for under £100. Brand new ones are going to cost you a little bit more than 100 now, but I think they are superb locomotives. So I have a couple of them that get weathered up. But no, I really do like these locos. Now this one's got nice clean numbers, and that's because it's like the driver or fireman have cleaned it with rags. Now all the others are probably gonna have heavily weathered numbers, so you can't roughly see it. The reason I've done that with this one, I wanted that done, was because this is my first J15 I bought. And and or some of the others are duplicates of this one anyway, so they got to be renumbered. But I really do like how that's wiped off. And again, I got wagons done as well. There's some other wagons. There is one more locomotive I want to take a look at. Okay, here's the loco I wanted to show you all. So this is a Hornby A3 locomotive. Now this is actually Monoro you can buy from Hornby. I forget the running number. However, this one's been sent to TMC and I had it renumbered and heavily weathered. So it's been renumbered to 60106 Flying Fox, and one of my favourite A3 locomotives. Unfortunately, Hornby have not made a modern one. I don't know if they made an old one actually with tender drive, but I wanted to get this loco done. So what I done was bought 2 A3 Monoros, and obviously leaving one as Monoro and having this one renumbered and renamed. And I gotta say, TMC, well done. Really nice weathering. I was interested to see how the numbers would look, because obviously they got to put the new numbers on. Fantastic job. They really have done a great job with this one. And this brings me on to my next point. I have loads of A4s and A3s. They all got to be weathered at some point. Now it's got to cost money, because I have about 15 BR A4s and about 10 A3s. So they all got to be weathered, and well, like this one was actually taken from a photo. I sent a photo with a loco and I said to focus a lot on the firebox lime scale, same as the photo of the real locomotive back in the middle 50s I think it was, and they've done a superb job. I'm really pleased with that. So all the locos got to be weathered. It's not just the A3s and A4s, of course there's other locos. There's an 8F here, there's 1 or 2 V2s, J15s like I mentioned earlier. There's even, if I just pan the camera around, a Collet over there, Collet Goods, one of my favourite locomotives, and that's one of 3 I own. And one of them is weathered anyway by Bachmann, and Bachmann's weathering is not too bad. In fact, one of the V2s done now, which you would have saw in the beginning of the video when we was focusing on the static grass, was in the background, and the weathering's not too bad on them, so I don't think they have to be messed with. Okay, so excuse the shaky camera because there's no tripod. I got a 2-tier stool I bought for when working on this layout, and I'm stood on that at the moment, and I'm hoping you can get a good overview of the layout. Now excuse the J15 in the farm over there. I had to move it to put the 60106 Flying Fox on the track. So this should give you a good idea of the track plan. You can see the SO code fuel train I was telling you about earlier, that, which looks very nice, and you can see the entire layout from here. Now where the boards end, where the track ends, of course they'll go round and do a complete loop so the trains can run a loop, and there won't be no scenery on the other side. This is the scenic part of the layout. Everything you see here is the scenery, what will be in scenery eventually. So yeah, I hope this gives you a good idea of the track plan. The only points are in the goods yard and where the track joins to the freight loop. I did not bother putting any more points in joining the main lines together, because there was really no reason. Because it's not like I could put a point here straight over onto the freight loop there, because the freight train's destination where they stop is from, well, where this fuel train is now. So there was no point me putting any other points in, because they wouldn't be used. I want the main line to run whilst I can run the slow trains, drop off goods into the goods yard. And the goods yard is only a small goods yard, as I've said before, so it's not like trains are going to be dropping off 50 odd wagons here. They'd be picking up 1 or 2, dropping off 1 or 2, maybe four vans I've had in this shed here, this shed area. So yeah, but I hope that gives you a good idea of the layout size. Try not to get a light bulb in, because that will blind you all. But as you can see all the way across there, sorry, down here, the farm, That should look really good. And I don't know if you noticed it from the video when we was filming earlier, but that farm lane is up and down all over the place, which was a really important part of this layout to get that right, because I don't like layouts that are just completely flat. Even though all the trap bed is, but they would be in real life. So yeah, that's it for this layout, and we'll finish the video off. Wow, I hope you enjoyed that. A look at my model railway, Milbreck Junction. Still a lot of work to do, but I really wanted to go through some of the areas I'm working on, the details that I'm going to do. Of course, I will keep you all updated. The detail in this layout is going to be to the top mark that I can achieve. And there's not going to be an area untouched without no detail whatsoever. So, and of course, we went on about the locomotives, the wagons, all of that is going to be weathered. I did miss out my J50 over here, which has been very nicely weathered as well. And most of the rolling stock, in fact one of the coal trains at the moment, 20 wagons have been sent off to be weathered. So that should be a really nice, when that's done, that should look really good behind one of the weathered J15s. I will be sending some locos off this week. I'm not too sure which ones yet. It's just pretty much which ones I think need doing. I think I want to get some of my heavy goods engines weathered up. I'll leave the A4s and A3s at the moment, just because I want to find a way of sending them off safely and securely, because I would not be very happy if one of them got damaged. And all the boxes have been packed away, unfortunately, so I might have to dig some of them out and send them like that. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to all new subscribers. Sorry the content's been very slow. I've been so busy with other stuff. But I'll have a video, a channel update soon. And I'll let you know what's been happening. But yeah, thank you all. I shall see you again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.